Good morning all and welcome to another Sunday Q&A. This week, mainly talking about what is the Courier Exchange, because I did a video saying what is the Courier Exchange or what is the Courier Exchange to me, kind of hoping it gets a lot of hits. Like the should you join the Courier Exchange, which is currently up to about 16,000. That's good, isn't it? And your responses, wonderful. Thank you very much for talking to me as always. Mixed bag. So let's go through it. Leon Halton has been a member for 8 years. This is good, because this guy's obviously got much more experience than me. I've only been on it about 2. And he says he puts jobs up now. He says, I'm getting about 35 quotes for every job he puts up, which he said leads me to believe that there's an awful lot more drivers on than there used to be, a lot more bidding for quotes. So, okay, we'll put it all out there and we'll draw some conclusion at the end, or I will. Gahumi Jort, he joined. Now, he's very happy with it. But then he's joined from Amazon. And that's no great surprise because you've got your Hermes, you've got your Amazons. And I see what the people go through. 200 drops a day, 125 quid if they don't make any mistakes. So is it any wonder, and this is something to consider, that, I mean, obviously I do the videos and a lot of you blame me for the fact that people have joined the exchange for doing the videos, and you're probably right. But then there's also, how many people out there that are on Amazon and Hermes are talking to people going, you want to jump off this, I'm on the exchange. And can you blame them? That's, well, discuss. What else have we got going on here? The Cloudy Courier. He says, think twice about joining the exchange. He said, prices on the CX are shocking. Turbo Toes says people are bidding too cheap because they don't understand the business, and ultimately it could be the downfall of the whole thing. Now, this is something that I've thought about. For everybody out there, some of the jobs, I've heard of Luton van jobs going 40 miles for like 20 quid. And that's just crazy. But you're not covering your diesel. When your clutch goes, it goes. And then when it goes, the guy's got the money to fix his clutch. But then as soon as he disappears, someone joins to take his place. Again, I don't police it. But it's, what can you do? Again, discuss. It's like a O-level paper, isn't it? Echo Logistics is on the exchange. He says it's hard work, but it's work. He said, if you put the time in, you'll do it. That's Echo Logistics' point on it. C. Moody says it's a shipper's paradise. So, with the amount of people out there, bidding the jobs cheaply, if you're a shipper, well done you. You're doing all right. Well, not so great for the van drivers. You've got great for the shippers. That's what C. Moody thinks. Danny Richardson, he says, I deliver to hospitals. And he says, which is kind of a regular job. And he says he uses the exchange for backloads. And he said, if I get my diesel money at the end of the day, I'm happy. So that's kind of a cross section. And that's kind of what I think I said in my video, which is there's going to be some of you out there at the moment. Is ideally the exchange, as far as I can work out, was not created to provide work. It was created to provide backloads. The idea is you're supposed to find your own work. But then, I didn't know when I joined it, and then I've used it just as a sole source of income. And I think if you're going to use it as a sole source of income, you could find it tough. I've been running on the exchange all week this week. I didn't quite hit my target, but I think I had one job from one end user this week because they're still springing back to life. It's all down to you guys, really. Like I say, I'm not trying to sell it to anybody. And a lot of the responses that you can probably hear from that last video haven't been that great. But at the end of the day, it's your call. Join, don't join. I'm doing the right out of it. I know some people are doing the right out of it. I know some people it doesn't work for. That's all I can tell you, really. Ultimately, and I think this was quite good, this is from Yorkshireman's Daily Grind. And he says the exchange is a platform for shippers that have got more than they can handle. So they offer the work out to other members. It's also a really good platform for PODs, for tracking, for invoicing, and for future references. Now, I can't agree with any of that. The tracking's fantastic, and the invoicing, the POD system is brilliant. What I would say is, when I was on the market, I was earning tons of money. I was happy. And then Tesco started doing it, and then Tesco started opening on Sundays, then they put in credit cards, and then everybody started buying things online, and Amazon come along, and then I wasn't taking any money anymore. Now I had 2 choices. I can sit and moan about it, or I can change. So I changed, and I come on the exchange. And if the exchange starts to go, I'm not making the money that I should be doing, or it's not working out the way it should be doing, I've got 2 choices again. I can carry on sitting on the exchange and I can moan about it, or I can try and change again, which is exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to set up a business and I'm trying to become a shipper, because in the nicest possible way, if it's a shipper's paradise, then surely the answer is become a shipper, isn't it? Surely the answer is to go out there, find your own jobs, post your own jobs and take advantage of it. And also, if more of us do that and we go out and we find our own jobs, then that will help to even up the balance between jobs on the exchange and van drivers. Because if there's this many van drivers and there's only this many jobs, if I go out and find a load of other jobs which I can't cover with my drivers, that's going to be more jobs, which evens up the balance. That's what I'm going to do. At the end of the day, I'm just some clueless idiot sitting here, with my phone in front of me, just discussing the things that you guys discuss with me. Ultimately, it's make your own mind up time, I'm afraid. But the video's out there and think what you like. Good luck. Right, the next one we did was the LEZ and the ULEZ zone. Adam Scher says, what's he saying? Yeah, he says register online. He's a big fan. He says register online. That way you can never come unstuck if you go into the zone, and it's slightly cheaper. Good point, Adam. Absolutely. Yorkshire's Daily Grind says, this is nice, yeah. It's great, actually. He's come up with loads of ones this week. Thanks, mate. He said, if you type into Google LEZ check, it will tell you if your vehicle is okay to go into the zone, and also what happens in October. And he seems to think that from the LEZ point of view, which is basically anything inside the 25, you're all right as long as you're Euro 5 or above, which would be a great relief to me, because I'm Euro 5 and I really don't want to change my van. So just have to wait and see on that one. If you're below Euro 5, come October, that's going to put a few vans off the road, which again, if we're saying there's too many vans in relation to jobs, that might even things up. Don't know, have to wait and see. Right, miscellaneous questions. Aduvis V, don't know, sorry mate. Can he steal me catchphrase? Take care, take money. Be my guest. It's not patented. It's just words. Please help yourself. Jeremy Davis says, is IR35 going to affect the exchange? IR35 is this thing that's coming in from the government where they're kind of saying that you can't, it's like 0 hour, as far as I understand. It's like anybody who knows better than me, please post and I'll put it out next week. It's to do with kind of the 0 hours contract and the thing that you can't constantly have a driver subcontracting to you like Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and say that he's not an employee. He's an employee and he's got rights. I don't think it'll affect the exchange, because it really is one off here, one off there. I think it's more focusing on, again, like the Amazon people, where they turn around and say we're subcontracting them, but they bring the same driver in all week, every week, and it's kind of like, well, that's not really subcontracting, is it? So again, those of you out there that understand it better than me, please let me know. I'll pass it on. RK says, how long will you remain in Courier? No. I don't know. And until I get a book deal, or until I don't know, mate. I had an idea. I'll tell you what I'd like to do. I'd like to try and get the shipper thing off the ground. I'd like to get more of our own customers, and then I'd like to be able to maybe drive the van in the morning for our own customers, new customers, looking after them and doing the runs that I like, because it's still nice getting out of the van and doing the things and seeing people and getting out on the road, and then maybe getting back in the afternoon and doing a bit of office work, and then maybe doing a bit of writing. That's what I ideally like to do. Either that or I'll be a spaceman. So I presume I'm probably driving a van until I get the letter from NASA. And even then, I'm not so great with heights. There we go. Morning, love, you all right? Hang on a second. That's the missus just got up. The cat's out. What else we got going on here? Tony Bates says, can I do a video of bidding? Yes, of course. But this is going to be interesting, because obviously when I'm bidding on my phone, speaking to the shipper on my phone, and I can't record a video of me on my phone while I've been to a shipper. So what I'll do is I'll do a bit of acting. I'll mock something up for you and show you how it goes, mate. Yeah, by all means, no problem. Longfinger says, this is in response to, this is in response to, because one of the guys said, can you bid on a long wheel, if it's like 3 pallets and you've got a long wheelbase and you can get 3 pallets on and the job says extra long wheelbase, can you bid on it? And Longfinger makes a point. He said, if you're on the exchange and you're in a long wheelbase, you can't see extra long wheelbase jobs. You can only see long wheelbase and below. This is true on the app, but it's not true on a desktop. So if you log into the desktop or you log into the mobile version of the desktop on your telephone, you can set the size of the vehicle, the location, where you're going to, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you're right on the app, but you can see it on other versions. So there you go. Martin Bates says, right, he's been watching the videos all the way through. And he said on that last one, the one I did about should you join the exchange, he said he believes, and he wasn't nasty about it. He was nice about it. He said he reads like an outside influence. Right, okay, but the thing is, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've always told you the truth all the way through. I don't get anything out of them, and I wish I did, and I should, but I don't. One day something will happen. And I'll be, and then you'll know, because I'll turn around and say, right, I'm making this video because they're paying me, or I'm making this video because someone else is paying me. The long and the short of it, I keep saying is, I've decided I've got to pat answer this to everybody. Oh, that was interesting actually. I said to Al, business partner Al, and I was talking to him about it, and he said, I'll be honest with you. He said, I watch your videos, and if I didn't know you, I think you're getting paid from. Great. So, yeah. So my answer to all of those who believe that I am lying to you and I do get change, I do get paid by the exchange. Okay. Paul Wilkes, he says, he made an error. He did a job and he quoted the ferry price in, but he quoted the ferry price for a car and he's in a Luton van. So he said, I still made 20 quid, but it was 20 quid for a 140-mile trip. He said, what would you have done? What I would have done is, as soon as I realised my error, I would have rung the firm and I would have gone, right, here's the thing. I don't know how much money you've got on the job. I've made a mistake. It's totally my mistake. I'm going to do the job anyway. But bearing in mind the mistake I've made, if you can find it in the goodness of your heart to chuck me a few quid extra to take the pain away, thank you very much. And if you can't, I'll still do it. Some do. I've had people just put money on the job. I was just, a very early job. I was stuck in traffic for about 2 hours, and I still got it off about 11 o'clock at night. And the bloke said, I didn't know what I was doing. And the bloke said, I'll put another tenner on for you. I was like, that's very kind of you. I didn't even know I was supposed to ask. But there we go, nearly finished. Intro Carter Zone says, can you go on with a sign written van? Yeah, you can. There's a few jobs that say you can't do it if you've got a sign written van, requires plain van, but a lot of them don't. In fact, one of the geezers who runs with us, Martin, his van sign written because he's a removal guy when he's not working at the exchange. So just make sure we can't do plain van jobs. And he's thinking about joining, but he's based in Gatwick and he's worried about the ULEZ. Just add the price on. If a job's normally a 70 quid job and it's going into the zone, charge them 95. If you're in a Luton, it's 95 anyway. It's 25 quid what you're in. So they'll say yes or no. And if you don't want to go in the zone anyway. Goma 21, he said he's driving him mad. He said the exchange ain't working for him. He's chasing debts from November. This is a problem, and I am trying to sort it. I've got a plan, and like I say, I don't get paid. I'm talking to some people, and if they agree, I will do a promotional video for them, and it might solve the problem of all you people that are waiting to get paid. And I will tell you all I'm getting paid, so that way you will know I'm telling the truth. But okay. But they only run me on Friday, so I'll come back to you on that one, or I probably won't because no one wants to give me anything for anything. Tim Akil says, he asked me the difference between the starter package and the essential package on the CX. I don't know. I thought it was owner driver package and Enterprise and Enterprise Plus. So if they've changed it, don't know. Ring them. If you ever want to ring them, if you go down, there's a video that says how to join the exchange, got a phone number on them. Just ring them and ask them, they'll tell you. Oh yeah, this is a good point from Yorkshireman's Daily Grind. Oh, somewhere there. Yorkshireman's Daily Grind. Yes, another good point. He says, when I've got a job loaded for the morning and I'm going to have where I'm going to morning, I look at it on Google Earth. Al does this, I've never done this, because you can see from above where the place is. And you go, oh look, the road's around the back there, or oh look, that's blocked, I better not go that way. That's a good point, Google Earth. Why not? I might start using that myself. Thanks for the tip, mate. Cleo Briss says, can you start on the exchange with a short wheelbase 2008 Transit? Yes, short answer to that. There's one down there about vans, but yeah, that's no problem at all. Turbo, right, we're getting the last couple now because the missus never wants to make a cup of tea. Turbo Toes says, thanks for the heads up on the 20 mile an hour. Now, like my mate Dave, the Chris says, everything inside the red zone now, inside the congestion zone, 20 miles an hour. And I was in there, which is comical, because I'd done one the other day. They bit my hand off because I'd already paid my zone charge, and it was going from just by the tunnel, the Limehouse link, going to behind Selfridges. 5.9 miles. I give them 70 quid in the Luton van. The guy rang and said, yep, I'll have that, no problem. 5.9 miles. Hour and a half. Got up to like, you know, and the sat nav tries to take me around the palace, which you can't do, because you can't do the parks in the commercial. Pall Mall. Piccadilly. Oh, it was painful. And I just finished, and then another one pinged up, and I just got out. It took me 20 minutes to get out. And then another one pinged up from inside the zone going east. And I looked behind me, I went, I can't do it. I'm coming home. I can't do it anymore. Hateful it is. Yeah, and he says also, Turbo says, watch out for box junctions. He said, I pulled across a box junction, but his tail was still sticking out into the yellow thing. Camera. You've got to watch it. London, but particularly, all of London. Cameras, red routes, parking, waiting time 20 minutes, but between 10 and 4. Don't pull up at 10 past 4 because there'll be a camera somewhere, £80 fine. As Gold Member says, and the final word goes to Gold Member this week, he said, the one time I drove into London, I did an £80 job and got a £70 fine for the bus. Yeah, it's not fun. There you go, guys. Thanks very much for your input. As always, there's some more to stick out this week. I think it's picking up a bit. Seems to be an awful lot more jobs coming on Friday. I think it's picking up a bit. You guys may disagree. Like I say, your opinion at the end of the day is your opinion, and well done you. I hope you reach the right one. And in the meantime, for all of you that are out there on the exchange, take care, take money.